Welcome to Deep Dive, a podcast brought to you by National Defense Lab. At National Defense Lab, we are at the forefront of innovative technologies and strategies to safeguard our nation and its people. Episode 85, Solving Government Inefficiency with AI-Driven Innovation.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. We are diving deep today into a white paper that's been generating a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
It's called Solving Government Inefficiency with AI-Driven Innovation. It's from the National Defense Lab.
Okay.
You know, the one. Proposing Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to lead a brand new department.
Right.
All about using AI to streamline the U.S. government.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're going to be exploring how this could possibly tackle issues like government waste, inefficiencies, and even national security threats.
It's a pretty fascinating concept for sure. What really stood out to me was how much the paper emphasizes AI's potential to completely change the way the government works,
Totally. Not just automating stuff, but really fundamentally changing the whole approach, right?
Yeah.
So let's start by kind of unpacking the problem, the core issue that the paper lays out.
Okay, so it paints this pretty stark picture
Yeah.
of the challenges that the U.S. government is facing right now.
Right.
Just the complexity alone, over 430 agencies and departments.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it leads to a ton of overlap and a lot of wasted resources. The paper actually says billions are lost every year because of these outdated processes.
It's kind of mind-boggling when you think about it, trying to run a massive company with 430 CEOs who are all kind of vying for control.
Right.
No wonder it feels so inefficient.
Exactly, and it's not just about the wasted money. This inefficiency really impacts, public trust.
Right.
When people see their tax dollars being squandered, it affects their faith in the whole system.
It's like a crack in the foundation, of democracy. So how does this white paper propose that we actually fix this? Enter DOGE.
Yeah, the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. It's a pretty bold idea. It's set to launch, late 2024, early 2025.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be led by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy.
That's an interesting pairing. I wouldn't have predicted that. Definitely attention-grabbing, though. What's the thinking behind choosing those two specifically?
Well, the paper seems to be banking on this synergy between Musk's, reputation for disruptive innovation and then Ramaswamy's focus on streamlining organizations.
Yeah.
So imagine combining those two forces
Yeah.
to tackle government bureaucracy.
I mean, that's either going to be a recipe for brilliance or total chaos.
Right.
But wait, there's more, right? There's more to this. This is where their secret weapon comes in. Project Athena.
Yes, Project Athena, this is the heart of the proposal. The paper describes it as this super sophisticated AI system designed to be the brains behind this more efficient government. We're talking about analyzing these massive data sets, identifying waste, and even personalizing public services based on individual needs.
Okay, so it sounds almost too good to be true, right? But before we get too lost in all the hype, let's get specific. Let's get into some concrete examples. How could Athena actually work? What does the paper say?
Okay, so for housing, imagine Athena helping HUD to really optimize how resources are allocated. It could analyze all of this data to pinpoint areas where programs maybe aren't performing as well. And then it could actually suggest adjustments to help more families access affordable housing. And they wouldn't even need more funding.
So it's about maximizing the impact of the resources they already have, rather than just throwing more money at the problem. What other examples really stand out to you?
Well, the paper also talks about infrastructure. So picture Athena assisting the Department of Transportation in picking the best projects. It could analyze everything from traffic patterns to environmental impact, projected costs, you name it, helping the government to make smarter and more efficient decisions overall.
Okay, now that is starting to paint a clearer picture for me.
Yeah.
But how would Athena work in a more, complex area, like the legislative process? Would it be writing laws for Congress?
Not quite, but it does get pretty close. The paper suggests that Athena could analyze things like legislative text, voting records, even public sentiment on social media to try and predict the impact of proposed bills before they're even voted on.
So it could help lawmakers anticipate, unintended consequences and make more informed decisions. That's a level of foresight we've never had before. What about something like tackling fraud? That feels like a really prime area for AI to shine, right?
Absolutely. The paper kind of envisions Athena as this, super-powered auditor, analyzing millions of transactions in real time to try and spot any irregularities that humans might miss. It would be a game changer for preventing taxpayer dollars from being wasted on, shady deals.
That's a use case I think everyone listening can get behind. But let's be honest. Giving an AI system access to that much data, that much sensitive data, it's bound to raise some eyebrows, right?
Yeah.
So how does the paper address the potential downsides, the risks?
Yeah, it definitely acknowledges that implementing a system like Athena comes with certain challenges. The paper really emphasizes the need for really robust security measures, things like encryption and strict access controls, to protect that sensitive data.
So they're not shying away from the risks. It seems like they're trying to be realistic about what it would take to make this work.
For sure. They're proposing a phased approach, starting with pilot programs in specific agencies to kind of test and refine Athena's capabilities before they do any kind of wider rollout.
Makes sense to get those early wins and kind of prove the concept before trying to transform the whole entire government overnight.
Yeah.
But even with a more cautious approach, wouldn't something like this just require a massive investment? I mean, we're talking about potentially overhauling the entire operating system of the U.S. government.
That's right. The paper acknowledges the need for significant funding and the political will to make Athena a reality. It even suggests exploring public-private partnerships, to leverage the tech industry's expertise and resources.
So it would require a lot of collaboration, a lot of buy-in from multiple stakeholders. It's not just about the government throwing money at some, shiny new AI toy.
Exactly, and that's what makes this proposal so interesting. It's not just about the technology, it's about rethinking how we govern in the age of AI.
Well, we've definitely got a lot to unpack here. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's dive into some specific details about how DOGE is structured and what its mandate would be. More on that in just a bit.
Attention! Information in this 1-minute message could save your life. Don't wait for the next emergency to happen. Act now to be prepared. Now, more than ever, civilians and communities must communicate with family, friends, and neighbors in the event of civil unrest, natural disasters, or other emergencies. That's why there's civildispatch.com. Civildispatch.com is a universal system that can be used for a wide array of urgent notification alerts. Weather emergencies, civil unrest, emergency responders, Amber Alerts, school or business closings, any need-to-know situation. Civildispatch.com is an emergency dispatch communication system, allowing anyone to quickly and easily send and instantaneously track emergency email and text alert notifications. Civildispatch.com gives you the power of enterprise alerting without the enterprise cost. Don't find yourself unprepared. Learn more and become a member at civildispatch.com. That's civildispatch.com. Civilian Emergency Dispatch System. Peace through preparedness.
So before we went to, I guess not a break, we were talking about this ambitious proposal to create DOGE and implement Project Athena. The paper actually gets into some pretty specific details about how this new department would function.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely curious about that. The whole idea of a government department that's dedicated to efficiency is super intriguing, but you know what they say, the devil's in the details, right?
Yeah, for sure.
How would they make sure that DOGE doesn't just become another bureaucratic nightmare?
Yeah, that's one of the main concerns the paper addresses. They propose a pretty unique structure for DOGE. Instead of a traditional hierarchy, they envision a rotating board of directors, and they would be drawn from both the tech industry and the government.
So a blend of, Silicon Valley know-how and government experience. Makes sense, but wouldn't that just create a bunch of conflicts of interest? Imagine tech companies having undue influence over government decisions just to benefit themselves.
That's a really valid point. Right. And the paper does acknowledge that they would need strong...
Oh, that's a great example. There's definitely a clear need for improvement there. It could be a great way to show tangible benefits of this AI-driven governance. What other agencies did they mention as possible candidates for, early adoption?
Well, they highlighted the Social Security Administration, too. Imagine Athena helping to personalize retirement planning and make sure people actually get the benefits that they're entitled to without having to go through this, crazy, complicated bureaucracy.
Okay, both of those are really compelling use cases. But scaling something like this up to the entire government, wouldn't that require, a massive workforce of AI experts and data scientists?
Right, and that's where this whole public-private partnership thing comes in. They envision collaborating with, tech companies and universities to leverage that existing expertise and infrastructure.
So it's not about the government just, building everything from scratch, right? It's about tapping into the resources, the talent that's already out there.
Exactly, and the paper really emphasizes the importance of workforce development, too. Training government employees to work alongside these AI systems and making sure there's a smooth transition to this new model of governance.
It sounds like they're trying to be really mindful of the impact that this could have on, like, government jobs, right? It's not just about replacing people with machines. It's about figuring out how they can work together.
Exactly. They're thinking about, a future where AI can augment human capabilities, freeing up those workers to focus on things that need, like creativity and empathy and critical thinking.
That makes a lot of sense. But let's kind of shift gears here for a second and talk about national security. The paper suggests that Athena could play a key role in fighting foreign interference and even protecting against, like, cyber attacks. How would that actually work in practice?
Well, imagine Athena is, constantly monitoring all of the government networks, looking for any suspicious activity, and analyzing patterns to try and detect, cyber intrusions before they can even do any serious damage.
So it's like having, like, an AI-powered security guard
Right.
who's on duty 24/7, constantly scanning for threats and responding in real time. Wow, what about foreign influence campaigns? How could Athena help to counter something like that?
Well, the paper suggests that Athena could, analyze social media data, news articles, other online content, to identify coordinated disinformation campaigns, and even expose attempts to manipulate public opinion. It could even help track where money is coming from foreign sources, to uncover any attempts to influence elections or undermine institutions.
That sounds like an incredibly powerful tool for safeguarding democracy. But wouldn't there be some concerns about government overreach or potential misuse of this kind of technology?
Oh, absolutely. The paper stresses how important strong oversight and accountability mechanisms would be. They proposing like independent audits of Athena's algorithms.
Yep.
And very clear guidelines for data access and how the data can be used.
So it's not just about, like, building a super powerful AI system. It's about making sure that it's built responsibly and that it's used ethically.
Exactly. And they also acknowledge that there needs to be, like, ongoing public engagement and education to build trust and address any concerns about how AI might impact society.
It sounds like they're really trying to find that balance between using the power of AI but also safeguarding individual rights and democratic principles.
For sure.
But let's be real for a second. Even with the best intentions, there's always the possibility of things going wrong. So what are some of the potential downsides or challenges that the paper brings up?
Well, they acknowledge that if we rely too heavily on AI, it could actually lead to a decline in human expertise and decision-making. There's also the risk of creating a system that's just so complex and so opaque that it becomes almost impossible to really understand.
Yeah, and then how do you hold it accountable, right?
Exactly.
Those are really valid concerns. I think it's super important to remember that AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. The key is using it wisely, thoughtfully.
I completely agree. And they really emphasize the need for ongoing research and evaluation to really understand the long-term impact of this kind of AI-driven governance and how to, adapt as we go.
It's definitely a process. It's not just like a one-time fix. All of this is so fascinating. But I know what some of our listeners are probably thinking right now. Is this just some pie-in-the-sky idea? Or is there a real chance we could see something like this happen in the near future?
That's the big question, isn't it? And it's something that we'll definitely dive into more after, well, I guess not a break. We'll be getting into the potential roadblocks and the feasibility of making AI-driven governance a reality in the United States. So stick with us.
Can you rely on your local authorities, media, or government to honestly tell you what's going on in your neighborhood in a timely manner? Hi, this is Jason Lewis. Now more than ever, civilians and communities need to communicate with family, friends, and neighbors in the event of civil unrest, natural disasters, or other emergencies. That's why there's civildispatch.com, a universal system that can be used for a wide array of urgent notification alerts, weather emergencies, civil unrest, emergency responders, Amber alerts, school or business closings, any need-to-know situation. Civildispatch.com is an emergency dispatch communication system allowing anyone to quickly and easily send and instantaneously track emergency email and text alert notifications. Civildispatch.com gives you the power of enterprise alerting without the enterprise cost. Learn more and become a member at civildispatch.com. That's civildispatch.com. Civilian Emergency Dispatch System. Peace through preparedness.
So we've spent a lot of time really digging into this white paper, exploring the potential of DOGE and Project Athena. It's a pretty ambitious vision, but how realistic is it? Could we actually see AI running the U.S. government anytime soon?
That's the question, isn't it? The paper does say that there are some pretty serious hurdles to implementing a system like this.
Like what? What are the biggest challenges?
Well, first you have the technical side of things. Building an AI system as complex as Athena, it would need some big advancements in areas like natural language processing, data analysis, cybersecurity.
So it's not just about using the AI tools we already have, right?
Right. This would need us to push the boundaries of what's possible.
Wow. And even if we could solve those technical problems, there's still the human element to think about. Government agencies don't exactly have the best track record when it comes to change.
No, they don't.
Getting them to adopt a system like Athena would require a huge cultural shift.
Absolutely.
It's like trying to teach an old dog new tricks.
Exactly.
You'd need to convince a lot of people that this new approach is actually better. And then there's the political aspect, right? Getting Congress on board, securing the funding for a project this big, that's a whole other challenge in itself.
Yeah, it's a huge undertaking.
It's not just about the idea, it's about navigating all those political obstacles and building consensus. Makes you wonder if the timeline they laid out in the paper is even possible.
Yeah, I mean, they talk about this phased rollout, starting with pilot programs in a few agencies, but even that could take years to get right. And then scaling it up to the whole government, that's just a whole other level of complexity.
It's like turning a giant ship around. It takes so much time, coordination, effort. Okay, but let's say they do pull it off. What would a future with this AI-driven government actually look like for the average person?
That's when things get really interesting. The paper describes this future where the government is way more efficient, more responsive, more personalized. Imagine interacting with government agencies online, seamlessly, no hassle, and getting services tailored to your specific needs.
So no more waiting in line at the DMV. No more trying to figure out those confusing government websites. Everything at your fingertips.
Exactly.
And imagine AI helping government workers make better decisions about allocating resources, developing policies. It could lead to a government that's actually effective, transparent, and accountable. It's a pretty compelling vision, but it's also a bit daunting if you really think about it. What about those unintended consequences? We've touched on some of the risks, but what really worries you about AI in the government?
One of the things that keeps me up at night is this potential for AI to just make existing inequalities even worse. If the data that's being used to train these systems is biased, it's going to lead to outcomes that are discriminatory.
So it's not just about the technology itself, it's about the human decisions that go into building it and how it's implemented.
Right, exactly. And we also have to think about AI creating a society that's more focused on surveillance.
Yeah, if we're not careful, these systems could really erode privacy and individual freedoms.
Absolutely.
Those are some serious concerns. It seems like this whole future of AI-driven governance really hinges on whether we can use this technology responsibly and ethically.
I agree. It's not just about efficiency. It's about making the government more just, more fair, more accountable to the people it's supposed to serve.
This deep dive has really given us a lot to think about, from the potential benefits to the risks. The idea of AI running the government is both exciting and kind of terrifying.
It's a topic that we need to keep talking about. We need to keep asking these tough questions.
And that's where you, our listeners, come in. What are your thoughts on all of this? What are your hopes and fears about AI-driven governance? We want to hear from you.
This is just the beginning of a much larger conversation, and we all need to be part of shaping the future of AI and how it's used in government.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious.
This has been another episode of Deep Dive, brought to you by National Defense Lab. For more information about this topic and others, please visit our Deep Dive podcast page on nationaldefenselab.com. Thank you for listening.